We're doing it live.
We're going live, baby.
All right, welcome everybody. This is Board and Bagging, and my first guest for my very first time doing this is going to be James Kresner of
Hey.
comix4cheap. You guys may know him from the comic book community as a vendor and a comic book cleaner and presser. Also,
That's
he
me.
certifies your stuff for you. Sends it right into CGC and has it sent right back to your house using your invoice information. Everything is done your way, so that he's not really a third party. He just kind of just helps you out and middlemans it.
Yeah, I try. I do what I can.
And today, on Board and Bagging, I'm gonna have some books that I'm just going through, and in my personal collection, straight off the rack. They usually put them in these like really crappy bags and boards, as everyone knows. And I had a chance to get some Mylars, and you just did a video about these, a little video about them recently, about how
Did
you
I?
were talking about just on your Instagram, I believe, and you were talking about how excited you were that you got them in.
Yes.
On your
So I
story.
sent. Yeah, it wasn't even to my story because I don't even talk about it at all. I made that mistake a year or so ago, so I won't let anybody
We don't
know
talk
what
about
they
it.
are except for Justin. But yeah, no, I was super excited. I ordered 1,000 of them because I haven't found them since a certain Thomas decided to share.
Well, that's the
Decided to
thing,
talk about them.
you know. He ordered like fucking 5,000 of them, and then
I think
was
that he
like,
did. And then
all
yeah, I
right,
think
so
he ordered a bunch of them and then talked about them, and then everyone else ordered the rest of them.
I
Oh,
found
look at
this
that!
one. We actually went to Atlanta when I found this one.
Oh
This
yeah,
is one of those random QSQ books that I found, and I was thinking I'm gonna put this in here because I wanted to talk about Atlanta because
yeah.
I
That was a
believe
good
that
show.
was one of the last times we hung out with D.
That was the last time that we hung out with D. Yeah, or at least I did.
Yeah, that was we were in Atlanta Comic Con. It's the first time I visited Atlanta, Hot
Mhm.
Atlanta as we called it.
Hot. It was so hot. Holy cow!
D the entire time we were there, and some of you guys might not know who D is. That's D collects comics. He was a really good friend of ours and one of our partners when we started this whole thing. And
Yep.
he was absolutely insane about trying to ride the scooters.
The scooters. Oh my gosh, he was so obsessed about it. And what were they called? Like
Oh, they're called birds.
the birds, right? I knew it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe like a type of bird, but he could not figure it out for the life of him how to get it
Guy laughing.
started and working. And so, like, he downloaded the app. He was like, ah, and he was like trying to put money into the thing, and he's like, I just want to ride the scooter. And both you and I were both like so disinterested in riding these scooters in Atlanta because, first of all, the
Hey,
the,
Shop.
the sidewalks were just crowded with people
And hills. They were like jumps every
hills.
sidewalk.
Yeah. And then second of all, we were only walking 5 minutes to the show from our hotel or from where we were dropped off, right? Because
Parking was like
yeah,
$120 a day.
yeah, exactly. It wasn't that bad, but it was
And
close.
I realized this was all because of all the filming that's being done down there. That parking is pretty much triple
Oh,
times what it normally was. Hotel rates are higher, and as you are in the center where we were like right by the Ferris wheel and everything. That's a really, really hot spot for all the camera crews, sound crews, and everything that have to come in.
okay.
And that's what I put together. You remember we kept seeing huge trucks full of equipment coming in and out, and yeah, that was most likely Marvel stuff coming through. This is the first appearance of Amulet. It's a character made by a writer who was right here in Dearborn, Michigan, and
Oh, okay.
she is always going to a shop called Green Brain out here. And what up, Cha? Everyone say hi to Cha. He was just the only comment that came in. But yeah, so this one right here, the artist actually was chilling, gave free signatures, talked to everyone. This was pre-COVID world, like this was like no one was wearing masks back then.
Right. Yeah. Such a strange time.
Yeah, so I mean, like, how do you think this? Because we've had some ups and downs with 2020, and how do you think 2020 affected signatures on comic books, both raw and created? Because we have two factors: we have no Comic Cons, but
Right.
we had the largest influx of CGC signing at at any time for that
Yeah.
year.
I think they did a really good job with the McFarlane signatures, and then they got so excited by that huge amount of money that they made, I'm sure, that they just overloaded themselves from there on. And it's just been a nightmare since trying to get stuff signed through them, by them, keeping up with their schedule, who's
Yep.
coming, everything like that. And obviously, stores are also trying to capitalize by having private signings that you can, like, if they're big enough and they're
Hmm.
authorized dealers and submitters and everything like that, witnesses, for them to do the signature stuff too. So I think it's available out there for you guys to be able to get signatures. Obviously, we've all gotten a couple, but definitely not the experience that you want, right? Like, because
Right.
I know
Exactly.
I enjoy meeting the creators
Hmm.
when we were meeting them in
And
Heroes Con in
for me,
Atlanta.
that's the whole experience. Not to cut you
Mhm.
off, but
No, you
like
got it.
that's your souvenir. That's your. Whenever I went to cons, before I met G and hung out with G at a con, I didn't prioritize signatures and like I didn't learn that whole grind until I met Pink Moon Comics. Like he is
He does it for real. Yeah,
for
for real, for
real
real.
about that. Like he come with like remember he was like, "All right, boys, I got like $1,000 for and I was
Yeah.
like, "Cool, man, I brought like $1,000." And he was like, "Just for signatures and posters." And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." I was like,
It was legitimately like that was what he was doing, and he killed it too.
mhm.
CGC took forever to get him his stuff back, but people in Japan wearing masks in public, and it seems strange. Back in the day
Exactly.
when you saw someone wearing a mask in public, you were scared to death to even approach them, and now it's like I
Yeah.
can't get someone to stand 6 feet behind me in line at the post office. They're just
Oh my
right up
god.
on my butt. I'm just like, please, this is my butt. Can you not? Can you
So,
not?
going back to my question,
Yes.
do you think that the price of graded books has been affected by the signatures? 9.8 versus a 9.8 signature. Do you think the blue label has gone down because the price of the signatures have gone down?
I don't think so, man. Like the way that how volatile everything's been this last year. Regardless, I don't think I need one of those. I'm gonna keep an eye out for one of those.
I just found one in my
I
in
think I
my
have
back
one.
issues. I didn't even know I had another one. This is my fourth copy that I have here, and
Nice.
that's already Mylard because I think that was one of the first ones that I found.
Hey, what's up, Lost Boys Club?
We got Lost Boys Club in here. How you doing, Lost Boys?
So would you say then for my first signed copy, wait for cons to come back and then send it to CGC? So
Hmm. Good
so
question.
here's
Good question.
here's the thing. When you're doing it at a show and you need to drag around your little CGC witness, they're gonna charge you like each order submission is per artist. So if you're just gonna get one done and that's cool, that's fine.
That's yeah.
That's easy. But if you're going to like a big con and you want to submit a whole bunch of artists, each artist is its own submission and its own paperwork and its own shipping cost and its
Yep.
own. And that's why I didn't do it at C2E2. Once I learned that, I was like, nah. But it's really fun to meet the artists. So when we got them done at Heroes and Atlanta, we weren't doing the CGC thing. We just wanted to go and talk to Joe Giela and talk to Stan Sakai and talk to who else did we meet? Ron Lim and
Ron
Jerry.
Lim's my absolute favorite. If we can't, because I don't count Joe Giela because I feel like that was like meeting like a really nice old friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly didn't know too much about him. I knew his name and I knew he worked on comics. I honestly didn't know that he was still alive. And when we met him, it's like it just blew my mind because he was sitting there doing actual doodles still at 90.
Yeah.
What was he, 95 or something? 92?
Yeah, he was up there. Yeah, he's up
Yeah.
there, and
And
he
talking
had
to us,
great stories. Yeah, no, great stories. Uh,
Chatterbox.
I like that his handler, quote unquote, was family. So that was good to see that it wasn't
That
just
yeah,
some
that was a
money
relief.
hungry dude that's just using them.
Hmm.
But yeah, we found and we kept returning back to him. It just
Hmm.
made him light up because we kept finding books that he had done and
Yeah.
bringing them to him. Like,
Oh
oh,
my god.
Mr. Gala, look.
And D, we were hanging out with D at this time, and D leans over just kind of gets in the old man's space, like kind of like you're talking to, your grandfather or something, and just had a nice conversation with him for like 10, 15 minutes. His
Yeah.
handler was like, all right, man, come on. But we were buying stuff,
Yeah.
and Joe was doing our signatures, and we came back to him because after that we switched into just Silver Age mode instantly for like the next hour and a half.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We were
Yeah.
like, that's a Gala cover. That's a Gala cover. Get that
Yeah.
cover. Get that cover.
we really did.
And if you guys know, me and James, we don't go to Comic Cons and pay full price for books because we can't afford to. We can't go in and pay everything. Like we usually try to find good deals, and we pass them on to our followers on Instagram, soon to be our followers on YouTube, because we will be trying to simulcast or split it up a little bit, figure out a nice little schedule, whatever works. This is the first episode of Board and Bagging. I am bagging some old comic books, and I'm just trying to go through our memories here, because we're about to make some more this year, and I want to put 2020 behind all of us.
Yes.
It was a very weird, stressful year, and we're about to hit our anniversary. And so we had D just reminiscing with this man, and we got to hear a really cool story about Bob Kane.
Yep.
And Joe Gala. Apparently, Bob Kane did these events where he would sit on the stage, and he would have an easel in front of him with a canvas. And on the canvas, since it's a little bit further away from the audience, you couldn't really tell, but there was pink penciling of a Batman drawing.
Like light pink.
Yeah, real light pink, so no one could see it. And Joe told us that Bob would actually have him start those in pink pencil so that he could go and ink over them.
Yep.
So Bob Kane's a tracer.
Bob Kane is not legitimate.
But think about it this way. Carmine Infantino and Joe Gala both worked on so many Batman and Flash books, but Joe Gala is the one who could do them from scratch. He didn't. Oh, yeah. I mean, he worked with Carmine Infantino, and they have a similar style. That's why they did well together.
Right.
Bob Kane drawing like Carmine Infantino and drawing like Joe Gala is just out of the box. What is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would notice that,
a genius. I'm a Transformers fan, and going to talk to those artists at cons is awesome. We're a niche fandom, and they're always super thankful to talk to us. Yeah.
Super important book, and not enough people talk about how cheap it is and easy to find. But
just
that one right there, Venom #1, very easy, low, cheap book to get. You don't need to buy it at a 9/8 slab because there's tons of them, but it is a very good book to have in your collection.
It's a good series too,
and it's about to end.
It is about to end.
Kate's Transformers was one of the first comic book properties I got into.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Besides, Spider-Man, but Transformers has its own comic book property for It wasn't. I don't think I started IDW. I think I started with the Marvel comics because they were cheap, 25 cents at the shop.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like the original 4.
Because I liked Beast Wars when I was a kid.
Beast Wars, dude. Beast Wars was my jam, man. I really enjoyed that show, and I had like a bunch of those action figures too.
Oh man, I was just talking to my buddy about the toys we destroyed as kids.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'd have them fight. Like I'd have them fight the Ninja Turtles because I had all those like Ninja Turtle toys too. So it was always it didn't matter. Like it was just Ninja Turtles versus Beast Wars, and I set up this whole like war zone throughout my room. What's up, Roscoe?
Hey, Roscoe. What's some of the other toys that you had? What were the comic book mashups that you did?
So I really remember Ninja Turtles. Like I was super into those, and I do remember the Beast Wars. I remember having the Gargoyles. I remember having. Oh man, I had like a bunch of like the race car stuff. Nice
Clayton Crane Punisher. First time he gets in that suit.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to do that for Armor Wars, or you think they're going to bring him in?
Honestly, if they don't, they're missing a huge opportunity because there's been a serious craving.
So cool.
There is a huge demand right now for a Punisher.
They're talking about getting him back already. So we already know he's in talks with Marvel, and so they're still interested in him as a character for sure. I think he would play well right into Armor Wars.
They're not going to get rid of Barathol too. Like they have to use him.
Perfect.
I would, and the thing is, I believe that his character would condemn all of that that shit that people were trying to say that Punisher would be into.
You talking about like the new stuff?
How like everyone's like, oh, the Punisher, and then they would have like support police and all that shit, and like all this extra "don't tread on me" stuff. And it's just like, it has nothing to do with Punisher, but they're just using the symbol.
Yeah.
I think that Marvel needs to just get their stuff out there and then make it very evident that the Punisher has nothing to do with that. Like recently, they need to do that.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, check this one out. This is DHP.
I don't know that one.
Beautiful. Absolutely love this one, mostly because it has a pink text and then it has a beautiful, I guess his name is the Edo Demon. And this is by Nelson. Yeah, it's one of my favorite covers by DHS.
Nice.
By DHP. It's Dark Horse Presents issue number 72. It really doesn't do it justice. You have to see it in like really good light. But yeah, it's just one of those underrated covers for sure. And I usually bag boards or bag books that really mean something to me.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was from a Comic-Con I went to with Russell. And that's Drunk Professor. And he was like my Comic-Con buddy. We'd go we'd work all week long and then we'd have weekends off. And all we would talk about is like speculation and everything like that until we get to go to the Comic-Con, and then we just go nuts. And he taught me a lot about certain comics. I taught him a lot, and it's just one of those good Comic-Con buddies.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet Russell. Russell and Al. I need to meet him too.
Toxic Avenger toys. I actually had the Toxic Avenger barrel, and I never had the toy.
I don't remember having Toxic Avenger toys either.
I had a fucking accessory. Yeah, that's what it looks like when it gets rebagged and boarded.
Nice.
And this is the Mylars. And honestly, if you could just do your favorite books and then put them away, and only your favorite books are in Mylar and books you like, it's a lot easier to find them. Honestly, it's just for sorting purposes, it's a lot easier to find them.
Those Mylars are awesome too. I think I like them better than like the Mylights because they're just nice and thick. They're crystal clear.
Half the price.
Exactly, half the price, and then you just double board them, and they're perfect.
Female Loki with the jugs. Jesus.
Yeah, those things.
Sorry, I should probably edit those out of the video.
You gotta blur those things out.
I didn't know she was gonna be fucking naked on the cover. God damn.
YouTube is gonna shut you down.
YouTube's like,
for them things.
Them things.
She got them things.
So going back to my question, my weirdest mashup was I had the Mighty Max toys, and I don't know if you remember that.
Mighty Max.
But Mighty Max was some white kid who got a magic hat that he could go to different dimensions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had some Ninja Turtles toys and a couple Ghostbusters toys. So the Ghostbusters
toys. Did you have the Firehouse?
Yeah. I did, but I didn't have
anything you really?
for it. I didn't have anything
for
man. My dad collected them, and
that's awesome.
You know how it is when you have toys and you're an adult and then you have kids. Some of the toys get lost, some of them get put away.
Yeah.
He put away all of the extra pieces, the little pieces I would have lost. And then I remember standing on it one day trying to get to my Nintendo because it was up on a higher shelf. They got it taken away from me. And I fucking destroyed it.
Oh, no.
I got it. This is my confession.
These are my confessions.
Yeah, so I mean, I wonder what that thing costs now. The original one too. It had like the little slime in the corner and everything.
Those things were going for a pretty penny, man. I mean, even years ago when they talked about it I remember them bringing it in to Comic Book Man. Speaking of Clerks, on that show, and they had like a whole one that they put together, and they were talking about it for a while. And I remember even then I was like, holy cow, I can't believe that it really sells for that much. And that was then. I can't, like now with the new Ghostbusters movies, that they've done, I'm sure that it goes for even more.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
Roscoe is asking, have you guys seen those clear plastic boards? Yeah, that's not it's not new. There is a guy who is new at producing them that's been on Instagram. I've seen him pop up. But we've had those for a little while now because we've gotten them at cons and stuff. I love
I
them.
only have a couple complaints about them, and that's because the trash they produce. They produce a lot more trash than normal, and they're expensive. You get like a pack of 10, and they're like $3 a piece, I think. Right?
Yeah, they are expensive. But they're cool. I mean, they are really useful for selling big books and showing the
Big
backs of
books.
books. Yeah, I
But the
wouldn't do them
problem
for
with
like,
that
you
is you got to
know,
still pull the book out. You still got to show the centerfold and all that stuff.
yeah, that's
For a
true.
real big book. I figured because I had a couple of these, and I used them for extremely damaged books that otherwise can't be pulled out, like split covers and things that I already know the damage of, and you
Hmm.
put the notes on the back of the board, and that
Right,
seemed to be a lot better than pulling it out. So I could show a water damage key like a Batgirl I had.
right. That's what I would do for Silver Knight. Is I always wrote down copious notes and
Hmm.
put them on the back, and that way I wouldn't have to take it out. I would just, people
Yeah,
trust me well enough to read off the notes, and they know that
yeah,
I'm pretty.
that's something I picked up from you and Gus was
Hey.
doing a lot more curation of your collection because you are shorting yourself money when you're not looking at the books you're about to sell.
Hmm.
And I've watched a couple of the new guys do auctions and stuff, and my biggest piece of advice is don't ask the audience what they want to see because then you're going to be going and grasping at straws, and you could accidentally grab a book that you don't have any idea what it is, what printing it is, the real condition of it after you've gone over it. Because on the spot you can do condition, but you should have always looked at that book before the auction.
Yeah. And we've gotten that down to a science where we'll come back to a room after a convention with literally like boxes and boxes of books. And then for a solid hour, hour and a half, what we do is we sit down, we order a pizza, and then we start doing like rebagging and boarding and condition checks for everything that we just got in that we're going to sell. And then by the time we're done, usually the pizza's there, and then we can take a break, eat
Unless
the pizza, and go live. Unless it's
it's
Halloween
Halloween
and they
night.
they
we're,
cancel our order without
we're
even
sitting
like
there like,
telling us. They're
what?
like,
What? Where's our
Where's it?
pizza? And they were
Where's
like,
our
oh, it's
pizza?
Halloween night, dude.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
During COVID.
Oh my gosh. Dusty was like, hey man, it's Halloween.
Yeah, dude. And he was chugging them
Oh
claws.
man.
We're like, we're
Yeah, he
hungry.
was. Oh, Dusty. I miss that man. I really do.
That's why I say, man, like if you can meet us at these Comic Cons, go, come and meet us, hang out, do everything you can. We practice our mask and everything. We hand
Yes.
sanitize. We're very clean people.
Mhm.
We just want to hang out with some of the community members because honestly, you never know. Like time is short, and we've made a lot of good friends and some people I would have never have known unless I went and did these Comic Cons.
Yeah.
I never
100%.
got to hang out with them, and it was good to because I've always liked Dustin, and it was great to put a face to a name, and then me and him shot the shit, and we really connected heart to heart. It was great.
Yeah.
Got to have
Yeah,
a
he was a good guy. I was
mhm,
um I was happy to have met him and hung out with him, like
mhm.
we did. And the early January, it was like 2 weeks before he passed, and we got to go into town and just we were walking around and shooting the shit. And like you said, I mean, we went to one shop, then we went to another shop, and then we were just walking around like in that downtown area, just talking about like our plans for this year. And yeah, that's a hard hit, man.
And it just seems like it just comes out of nowhere, out of the end of the year too, like
Hmm.
just right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, we would never have had the chance if it wasn't for this hobby to get to know
To
him.
meet him, yeah.
So
and
it's
and
like,
his crazy White Claw drinking ways that he had.
and honestly, I said this to James the other day, and I was like, we only hung out with him like twice or three times, like I
Mhm.
did, and I already have enough stories to like the
Yeah,
rest of my life.
to
Like,
tell a couple of Dusty stories. Oh yeah, I got a few, and we
yeah,
won't. and we only partied with him like a couple times.
I don't know what crazy algorithm Instagram has me on to meet these people, but I like it.
Yeah, but keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Another guy we wanted to give you an update on, Gus. He's doing good. He's been, just staying busy, building a family and everything. I know you guys all remember Gus for the. He's one of our OG members of our 4-person group. It was originally me, Gus, James, and then D. D was the one who really pushed me into going more full-fledged into the comic book game, because I was just doing little unboxings and stuff like that, and he was there to support me a lot.
Yeah.
And Gus right there too, man. He was the one who pretty much started me flying in and doing auctions with people and going to Comic Cons outside my state.
He started the company.
He started the company.
He started the company. Like, that was it.
He started Newman's, and
with $20, he started the company.
Yeah, we and him. No, it was $20 each.
Oh, $20
so
each.
we went to a single booth that had because we were in California in WonderCon, and Anaheim had really high books. Like everything was like really expensive. One booth had all of their new stuff and a little bit of older stuff in their bins, and you could just go through it. And it was stuff that was hot. Some of the stuff wasn't hot, but me and Gus were just digging. 50 cents a book, and we made it work. 80 books. The first auction took place that night. At the very end of the auction, we sold all of those books from our $20 each investment. Ended up making about 160 altogether. I let Gus go home with that, and that's how we started the our little Newman's business, because we were able to put all of our packing. This is the main thing we did, was get all of our packing supplies uniformed and all come up with a good, reasonable way for all of us to ship no matter where we are in the country.
Right.
And that is what pretty much laid the foundation of everything we do, because if you can't ship, you can't sell.
Yep. Facts. Yep. I remember that auction, because I got some good stuff off you guys on that night. I remember. And I was jealous. I was like, man, I wish I could be in California right now. And then from there, it wasn't very long until Heroes Con, which was June, I want to say, of that year. And you were like that was my terror. I was like, bro, I can be in Charlotte. I'm a few hours away from Charlotte. And you were like, well, you need to just come out here. But I was thinking that the convention was going to be super expensive and like tickets were going to be X amount, blah, blah. And then I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, that's really cheap. And so I was like, done. Like that night, like same day that I looked at it, I was like, Justin, I bought us tickets. And then I called D up and I was like, D, we're going to Heroes Con. And he's like, I'm there. I got a hotel. Like that night, he got the hotel that night.
But you got to tell him the very next day what happened. Remember the Pella?
Oh, yeah. Yes. So
oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Was it the next day after that we did that?
It was literally
it was like in that time period. Basically, what D was trying to do was make his own encapsulation, similar to EGS or PGX or CGC. And I remember I just made like a little joke saying, "Hey, this guy looks like he's selling fake Rolexes on the side of the street in New York with these fake
in the back alley."
And I thought we were on a level where we were cool enough for me to make a joke like that. Obviously, I was just kidding around because they looked really cool, and I knew he did great work. And instantly, he blocked me on Instagram and called you.
Oh man, he was like, "Who the fuck is this pussy, James Chrysler?" Oh my god, it was so good.
And then I remember you called me. I was like at the gym, and I was like, "Man, I don't know what happened. Like, I just made a little joke, and then it was that Puerto Rican temper, man. It flared up real quick.
Hey, but I mean, like 5 minutes later, though.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, he called me, and I was like, "Bro, like I was just playing around, man. I thought we were cool."
Right, so this one was manufactured without the bottom staple.
Oh, okay. That was a common error back in.
Those are always nice, and this one is actually a key.
Hey,
the first Rogue Squadron at a newsstand.
It's the one that looks like the new JTC.
I won't be getting this graded because the defect and all. I'm sure they'll give me some kind of green label or something. I've never done it. I've never sent that one in like that.
Whoa.
This is, like I said, this is my Jordan G says, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. That's one of my good friends. He actually got me my first job at Subway when I worked at Subway a long time ago.
Dang, eat fresh.
Yep. It
What's
was
up,
great.
Phil?
Hey, we got Philly.
Phil.
Yeah, so we're just shooting the shit, talking about good times.
So I know you wanted to discuss a little bit about this weekend, since we're just on the topic of all of our conventions and stuff that we have done. So this weekend we're going to South Carolina. So that is a story in and of itself. We haven't even gotten there. It's already a story. So we were originally supposed to go to Sumter for a 2-day convention that was going down there. Apparently that was being hosted or put together by two different albedo
prototype issue.
Very nice. The Sumter Con was being put together by two people or two vendors that hold their own shows type of thing. And apparently one of them has an enormous ego, I guess. I don't know what was going down. But basically they couldn't come to terms on financial agreement, and the ego decided to pull out. He was like, no, I'm done. Except they didn't tell anybody that they were doing that and didn't cancel at all. So I went down to South Carolina to meet Joey Starks, who did an art piece for me. And I'm so glad that I did, because he told me, he was like, I was supposed to go to Sumter this weekend. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean you were supposed to go to Sumter? And he's like, yeah, they canceled it over financial whatever, and they haven't announced it publicly. And I'm freaking out. So then I call vendor friend of mine, Chris Rigo, who is local here in North Carolina. And I'm like, hey, bro, I know you're doing stuff this weekend. Like, what's up? Is it still going down? And so he told me all the information about the shows he's doing. One of them is still in South Carolina, and the other one's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I love that book. I just sold one of those, actually.
It has so many homage covers from like the first year it was out.
And so those two, thankfully, are still going down, because Justin, I don't know if he would have been able to cancel his flight. We had flights, we had hotels,
honestly, it wouldn't have been nothing new, man. We keep fucking. I'm so good at it now.
But now we're going to Greenville, South Carolina, instead of Sumter, South Carolina. So we're going to Greenville, South Carolina on. I'm picking Justin up from the airport Friday. We're going down there.
To Greenville.
Back to Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh my God. So there's Greenville North also?
Yeah, Greenville, North Carolina is out on the coast. Greenville, South Carolina is like very far west.
And they got fireworks.
And they got fireworks. That's right. So we're going to have fireworks in a hotel. That's the first thing.
With every order, baby.
Actually, Ian's going to be joining us too. So Iron Lion is going to be joining us. We're going down to Greenville, South Carolina, doing that show, doing a huge auction on Saturday night on at comix4cheap channel on Instagram. And then we are driving Sunday morning from Greenville, South Carolina, up to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So we're going to have to get early. That's going to be a bitch. And drive all the way out to Winston-Salem and do a show in Winston-Salem as well. Cha says he used to live in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Nice. So did my sister.
Oh.
She went to Furman University. I still have a bunch of those.
I got this from Gus.
Yeah, and, I still have all the ones that Gus gave me.
The Diamond Retail Incentive has 2 books, Sarah and Resonant.
One. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
These were released at the last Diamond retailer they had before COVID. So there was, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a Diamond Retail Summit this year, or at 2020. I'm pretty sure they were like, nah, how about not?
Yeah. I don't think they had it.
So do you think that any of these titles are do you think they would have done better if we didn't go through COVID? Do you think we would have had more excitement for some of the independent titles?
For some of the independent titles are rocking right now. We have lots of, so many people talking about great ones. The one that pops up in my head first is Something Is Killing the Children is killing it right now. I really like that cover. Very reminiscent of Silence of the Lambs.
I like the cicadas.
But yeah, so I think that I think there's nothing wrong with the indie titles that are coming out right now. I wish I could just name more off the top of my head. I don't read as many indies as I should. But I've been trying to. Ice Cream Man is another one that's killing it on a consistent basis.
That was really good.
Yeah, I wish I could just pop off the top of the head. I'm sure you could probably better than me, but I haven't been in an actual shop like on New Comic Book Day in almost a year.
We have to PG here. Oh, maybe we're cussing.
Oh, we have to be PG? No.
Oh no. Yeah, we have to be PG here. No, you can cuss all you want. This is my channel. I'm not. My Disney sponsorship hasn't gone through yet.
You see, he's still waiting on that Timon and Pumbaa sponsorship.
Yeah, I really want that. This one's I got this one a long time ago from somebody, and I can't remember who sent me this, but it's an Elvis cover, and it has this lady in front of it, Act 1, and this is like a comic shop special, the new Kabuki Saga, I think it's called, and it's signed by the artist. And I thought this was a really nice book, and it's really thick. It's like, in the 90s where they actually like did a really good job of printing comics, but they printed too many.
Yes.
They need to find a nice medium, like, come on.
Yes. Yeah, because I cannot stand these new comics, like the paper that they put them on, going so far as to like completely destroying that JTC Spider-Man comic.
Oh my god,
that one was, I didn't even want to touch that one. That one came in whatever like flimsy ass bag and board that they had. Like the thing, it felt like it was paper as instead of a board. And that I didn't even take it out of that. I put that into like a triple boarded bag, and that's how I sold the two of them. I'm surprised they even made it to me, because they went to my old address and were forwarded to me, and somehow they still arrived in good condition. I saw so many people get damaged issues and everything like that, and then people who were trying to press them. Any type of pressing destroyed the comic, so people found out real quick that you couldn't press them. And luckily people warned me about that too, so I didn't attempt on mine. But yeah, no, that was insane.
All right, so we have a question from Cha.
Okay.
I haven't heard of this.
Easter eggs someone found in the WandaVision during the Watch commercial. Is it another one besides the Strucker and it was a Hydra watch?
No, right? The Watch commercial is
Strucker watch.
The Hydra one. Yeah, the Strucker watch, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought he meant during the new commercial they just released, because I guess there's a couple things in that's like alternate. You know how they do it with the filming of the commercials and stuff like that. They used unused footage usually, or like B takes, so that they don't give away too much of the show.
Says apparently the hands on the watches in flag signal language spelled out something. Flag signal language? What? I don't know that. No, I definitely didn't catch that Easter egg.
I'm not. I don't speak flag.
To your question.
That's deep. That's a deep cut right there.
I'm gonna sit here and pretend that I totally knew what was going down with the flag signal language. How did you not know flag signal language?
Come on, that's what I was about to say. I think that most of us should still remember flag English from school.
Spelled out X-Men. Okay. I mean,
I'm here for it, but I need to see some. We'll talk about. I'll look into it, and then I'll talk about it this weekend. Thank you, Cha, for letting me know about that. And Trey, I love Dre's picture. That one's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right
now, I'm bagging my 10 copies of Nova 1 that I've been stocking up.
Nova. I was actually just gonna say, that's probably a book that people should be looking for. Nova 1, the Marvel Point 1, and the Richard Rider Nova 1. Dick Rider. All three of them we should be looking for, I think.
All right, so back to what we're going to be doing this weekend, because yes, we were moderately annoyed about them not letting us know, and I haven't even checked. Has it been announced yet? We're like 2 days away.
Finally was announced. Okay, so it was announced yesterday in the evening time, and I got the notification through Facebook that they canceled it, and I was like, we have already taken care of everything. We canceled that one hotel and set up the new hotel and everything, but I was still annoyed. I was like, can you imagine if they had just let us know Tuesday night, like that they were canceling something that we were flying in for and setting up hotels and stuff. And it's a 2-day show, so like people from surrounding cities or towns are most likely getting a hotel, right? So
yeah,
to give them 2 days or 3 days notice, that's really crappy to do.
and those hotels don't usually they're not cool about it, because what would happen with Dustin, he got the hotel room through a third party software on it was an app or something.
Yeah,
and
it was third party.
you have to cancel through them. You can't just
and they give you a hard time. So Alexis and I we learned our lesson. We did a third party booking and got trip insurance, which should have meant that if you cancel for any reason, they would refund you. And so we got it it was in December for her to go take her licensure test, which ended up being postponed. So we had to cancel, and they gave us such a hard time. We literally just got the refund 2 days ago. Because they didn't want to give it to us. They were fighting us. The hotel was fighting us, saying that we didn't book it directly through them. And then the company, no, so they didn't cancel. But yeah, yes, they canceled the con, but we have other cons that we're going to, so it's okay.
Yeah, they canceled that one.
Yes,
whole
but
state.
I was like, I can't believe this. So the lesson learned. I set up an account with Holiday Inn, their IGH or IHG or whatever it's called. And then when I went to cancel this hotel reservation in Sumter to move it to Greenville, South Carolina, that it was instant. They were like, okay, here you go. And then they just moved it to the Greenville one. It was just $20 more because I guess Greenville is more of a poppin' place than Sumter. And
hell yeah.
But we still have like a nice little suite area and everything like that, because we're James and Justin Rich. Hashtag James Rich.
That's
Trey will get that one.
That's James and Justin hashtag Rich.
Well,
we're not actually not rich at all. You see, like, we post these really great books and stuff like that. That's from constant work in the comic book community. It's not like, by no means do we have money. I mean, James's dad owns a dealership, but
my dad owns a dealership.
But no, we work very hard, and we put almost no personal money into it anymore because we had to put personal time into it. And it's what, 3 years in the making now for our little escapades, and it has been hard. This isn't the first time we had a Comic-Con cancel or a room change, like last minute or
last second. That
always
is one of the craziest Dusty stories that we have. I'm pretty sure that was an insane story. That was they wouldn't let him stay in the hotel because he lived in Virginia or lived in like close enough to the hotel
90 miles.
Yeah. So I guess the rule was so that you couldn't isolate someone or quarantine someone in a hotel that was close by to you. I guess that was their way of trying to stop the spread.
It was to make sure that you had room for people who are coming in from the airports. You can't isolate at that airport hotel because they were one of the ones that was specially set aside in case you had to go quarantine. But they weren't allowed to put that on the door, quarantine area.
Yeah, and they didn't let anybody know when they were booking, which was what Dusty's problem was. So Dusty did it under his name. We would have just done it under my name. It would have been no fucking problem because I was obviously from way out of town. But he did it under his name, and so they wouldn't let us stay. And then there was an issue with like them giving him his money back, of course, giving him his money back and all that crap. So we had to, on the fly, we had all the stuff out of the
car in the lobby,
car on one of those like hotel pushing things, and we had to turn around, put it all back in, and we frantically had to find a hotel with what was it, like an hour and a half, 2
hour and a half, and order food.
And organize bag and sort
anything ready.
Yeah,
nothing.
and get ready for this auction that we were putting on, because there ain't no way we're gonna miss that auction, man. Like, we done too much that day. So luckily we were able to stay at the same hotel that we Justin and I had stayed at the night before. And it was
Honestly, yeah.
not an
Dre's
issue.
been here since the beginning on this one. Like, Dre is one of the first people that I had contact with in the comic book community. Dre is actually one of D's absolute favorite customers. And me and him religiously looked for Michael Turner books just for Dre. And now me and James do that to this day.
We sure do. Every time that we're digging through bins, if we find something, we put it aside in the Dre pile. And
we take care of you guys.
Literally what we call them. We call it the Dre pile, because we find the Michael Turner stuff. We're like, oh, I bet Dre would like that, and then we put it aside.
Yeah, new customers come and go.
But the one before, we definitely got quite a few.
It's honestly because Michael Turner's popularity has spiked again recently with the everyone liking Campbell art, and they realize that Michael Turner's the original Campbell. So that's just what it is. And so we're going to be going and doing 2 different Comic-Cons, right? So 2 different. So this is going to be a little bit different. The first one we're hoping is the best one because we're doing the auction Saturday night.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff from Sunday night is going to be like stuff that I'm going to be doing in auctions later on in the weeks. And James is going to be doing also. He's also going to be doing claim sales like he always does. Ton of giveaways. You want to go through the giveaways? Because
I actually have them here.
They're literally like too much.
We have so many giveaways. It's ridiculous. All right, so the first one, the one I'm like really excited about. This is from the guy Joe Lisi I was talking about. This is the print that I got for my shirt, the Stay Villainous in the Shadows. You can see there's Galactus, Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus, and Venom. He's got the Carnage hand. He's got Hydra symbol on his hat. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, it's really, really dope. There's only 3 of these prints that will ever be made. One of them is staying with me, obviously. One of them we're giving away on Saturday, and one of them I will give away in the future on YouTube. So that was the deal with this guy. Since I got an exclusive contract for this artwork with him, he only made 3 prints, and he said he will only ever make 3 prints. So that'll be that. And if you ever want the artwork otherwise, it'll have to be on a shirt.
Yeah, so I don't get one. I have to buy it off of whoever gets it from YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then we have 4 shirts that we're giving away, fresh from the shop. One of them is the artwork that's on a shirt. So these shirts are available, but we will be giving 4 of them away. That's one of them.
Aren't they semen resistant? Didn't you say you were getting semen resistant shirts?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. There's the Carnage one that Doyle did.
Yeah, that one's sick, man. Doyle outdid himself on that.
He's working on a Silver Surfer one for me too. Right.
Everyone starts somewhere, man. You guys better be supporting your independent artists in your neighborhood because comics are where it's at for art. And there, I mean, high quality. I really like it.
There's that one, and then there's the NMAF shirt that will be going out as well. Classic. So that's the 4 shirts that are going out, which I'm very excited.
Hell yeah.
We also have 2 low-grade keys going out, a low-grade copy of Miss Marvel 1, as well as a low-grade copy of Marvel Team Up 141. And as many until we run out. So be there in the beginning. We have tons of stickers. And
those are from Creature Comforts, right? Or Creature Comforts.
Cosmic Creatures.
Cosmic Creatures.
And pins, like really cool.
Those are dope. The zombie pins. Bob the zombie
pins. And then a bunch of stickers. So until we run out, we're putting a sticker or a pin, randomly into each purchase. So not like one person, but each purchase. So be there early. And then everyone's going to get a shiny.
And that's the official seals too. Sticker. So if we find Near Mint as Fuck books, and your book comes with that in the back, then you know that we are saying that book is Near Mint as Fuck.
So there you go. So we have and that's not even to mention, we always find a slab to give away. So we will be finding a slab to give away to top buyer, and we will find a decent runner-up book for second place. So that means like the top 5-6 people are gonna get like the dopest care package that we've ever
Oh
given
my
out.
god, it's gonna be a
Period.
separate box. It's like you
It
can't send me
honestly,
with your books.
it honestly will be a separate box.
Yeah, so make sure you guys are joining us on Saturday night, and we're gonna have a lot of footage being made on Saturday. That's during the con,
whole
so
weekend.
I
Starting
won't be able to do
Friday.
the live sale like I normally do. I won't be able to film it and do that whole thing like I normally do, but I will be running around the Comic-Con making connections with the people. That way, if we do see something on the wall and you see it in my footage for my edited content, you can let me know. I'll be able to read your comment in the YouTube post down there, and like you're doing now, it'll be in the post. I'll be able to send you a message either on YouTube or Instagram, wherever you are, with that information for that seller, or I can get a hold of the seller myself and middleman a deal for you. That's as close as I'll get to be able to get you books off the walls. It was just a really, really big thing that we did, and it was experimental. And Bonafide worked with us really well on that, and I'm working to get a separate program done for Bonafide where we're not doing it during the con hours. So maybe we'll do it before it or something like that. But
Right.
it's too much having all of the vendors seeing me do that, and then weirdos coming up to me asking me to do it for them for free.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I had that, and it was very
that
awkward.
was strange. And we were like, "Yeah, we'll be over there," and we walked away.
Which I don't mind.
We left.
I'm not against helping people make money. If I don't know you, I cannot, middleman a product for you because I don't know if your books are good or if they're rusted out or nasty or if you fake covers or whatever you do. When you
Plus,
have that hoodie too, the Comics for Cheap hoodie, I wanted to bring that out because I like the fact that the tie is right there.
yeah,
It looks like I can X-ray through your shirt to see you're wearing a full suit underneath your hoodie.
yeah. The designs came out good, man, and they're super comfy. I have to say, I'm not just saying that. I promise. Like the hoodie is super comfy. The shirts are really, really comfortable. And I
Still
just
waiting
can't,
on mine.
bro. We'll get you one. Don't worry about it.
Still waiting on mine.
Yeah, you still waiting.
I was hoping that my Dustin shirt would get here from Doyle before I left because I really wanted to wear it at the Comic-Con, but I don't think it's going to get here in time.
Yeah, whatever site that he went through, I think it's like a 2-week filling.
Oh, well, I'm not filling that.
I'm not feeling that at all.
Yeah, but it's all, it all goes to, I think, Smile Train and the family. So that was really cool. If you guys, I haven't linked it on here, but if you guys go to Doyle's page, you can look at all of his art. He does commissions, and he'll give you a link for the T-shirts you can get in support of Dustin.
I forgot. He also is doing a giveaway for the, Saturday as well. So he's going to be doing a custom canvas for as another thing. So
hey, thank you, Cha. He bought a black symbiote spider deer.
Nice, good job.
Mm-hmm. He did Spidey deer at the Comic-Con.
He sure did. Yeah,
Spidey deer, man.
I think Juan and OC have screenshots of that happening, like as it happened. Yeah, I remember.
I got
that
a lot of footage.
I turned around and there was Spider-Man. Because at that point we threw him off the camera because he was he was getting a little rambunctious.
He was getting rowdy.
He was getting rowdy. So we kicked him out of the chair and I took over. And so I was running the auction. And then all of a sudden I look over and the Spider-Man mask with deer antlers. And he's just like, ah!
No shirt.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't know what we bring out in people because I was getting a D vibe off of him.
Oh,
the whole time I was like, man, he's D drunk right now.
Yeah, well, that's because he never acted like. Well, he was having a lot of fun, man. He was letting go loose.
He's like, I never drink.
Yeah, no, he doesn't, or he didn't, and so he was just having a good time and having fun.
We brought that crazy out in Dustin.
We brought it out of him, man. We got him to have a good time, and I'm glad. And but I just remember turning around and looking over at him because like all of his auctions were always super calm and like everything going on, and it was just kind of chilling. And I remember that, and to turn around and have him like party boy dancing next to you with a Spider-Man mask and like deer antlers.
Could you imagine if we could have got him and D in the same room?
Oh man, that would have been legendary.
It blew my mind when I met Dustin because like during the auction portion, the first time when we were at what was that last one where we
That
were in
was
that little
that.
room that I got.
It was Big Lick, yeah.
Big Lick, and he brought his dab rig, and that was the coolest thing ever because me and him were just sitting
Yeah.
on the floor ripping dabs, and you were selling books right in front of us.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
Ian
god!
was sitting over there watching the fight or something.
Yeah, he was
So
watching
Ian
the
was in the
fight.
corner watching the fight. Y'all were getting so high, it was like
So
it was
fucking
silly. And I'm over here like asking for you to help me, like hand
like
me books and stuff.
begging.
Yeah, I'm like, I need a book. I need a book.
Yeah, I am the
And
Turok.
we blew through so many books that night. Like,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
there was a record, I think, for us. And I just remember at one point Dusty went to hand me the weed or the dab, and you were like, no. Because
Yeah,
you
some of you
knew
guys
like
don't know though.
one of us had to be functional to sell the books.
No! I slapped it out of your hand. The hell with that! I need to make money. So some of you guys don't know when we do auctions. Me and James usually have a pretty good setup to where, since he has longer reach, he can have more space between him and the board where we put our books. And I would organize the books, put them in order, and pick what keys are going up next. James also has a box next to him where he can go through and do bins. He was running low on books. Me and Dusty are behind him smoking our fucking brains out because he has dabs. I don't do dabs. And I told you guys I'm going to get fucking stupid high. James cannot function on
No,
marijuana at
no,
all.
not
And
socially. So
not socially.
I'm good, like, but I get really quiet. So I'll
Yeah.
just be like, I'll be super chill. I'm cool to hang out. Like if you put me in front, like you got me high and set me in front of dollar bins that one auction or that one show, and like
Yeah.
I just came out. I was like, here, Justin, did I do good? And you're like, what the fuck? So
Yeah.
like stuff like that, like I'm good, but like to interact and be the rambunctious self that I am during the live auctions, it's not happening if I hit any kind of weed. And so you knew that, and you were like, no.
Yeah, because we'll go like it'll be like the last 30 minutes and he'll put up like 10 books and then all of them are just like crickets because he's just like, all right, here's a book. No, just like no explaining like James does, no jokes. And it'd be weird if you came to an auction and none of us are talking.
Yeah.
And expect a lot of fun this weekend. We're going to be letting loose. We try to do this every month, but with everything going on, we have to do it safely. And it seems like in these larger areas that have less people in them, like South Carolina, North Carolina, we're getting a lot better turnout and we're not dealing with as many people. There's far less
Really
people.
not.
And we are 6 feet away from people all times. The dealers, we only mess with the dealers that are wearing masks, that are clean, and we pack very clean. You guys have seen our packing. We, promote good packing. James has a video on it, and we try to take the proper precautions because we don't want to get sick. We don't want you guys to get sick,
Right.
and that's how we do it. We go to these Comic Cons and have a good time, and you guys become a part of it because I know there's inside jokes that a lot of you are privy to because you were there during the Comic Cons, and
Yeah.
because of you, we get to do it, and
Yes. 100%.
that's why we're doing exactly what we are doing right now because we've had so much support from all you guys.
Yeah. It's still a little surreal to me. That I know.
That auction was insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. That we are able to do this full time now. I know you've been doing it full time longer than me. Like I just started in January 1st to do it full time, but
Mhm.
it's it's a blessing to be able to be a YouTube channel / Instagram channel and hunt comic books and have
It's an
a lot of
experience.
cleaning
So
and
far,
pressing books. And
James
yeah,
is actually the one who helped me get the Streamlab setup I have right now done, and with lighting and everything, and recording. He's been helping me out a lot.
I
And
try.
and this is the
Hey,
first episode of Board and Bagging.
there's Ian. He's going to be
We just,
joining us.
hey, Ian Lopez. Ian, if you can, put your Instagram in the chat so people can add you. If you don't know Iron Lion of Zion, that's him. Add him up. I'm going to be doing 1 hour episodes every week of Board and Bagging. It's usually going to come out on Wednesdays. Hopefully, I'll be able to do it at the same time every week. I want to do it around 9 p.m., real late, nice and calm. Shouldn't be any traffic. And if you guys are interested in joining the show, let me know. And all I ask is that you get a stack of books that you've been meaning to bag and board with me, because that's what I'll be doing during the show. It's an hour of me bagging and boarding and talking about books.
Very cool. I appreciate you having me on, man.
And of course, I had to have you be the first episode.
Absolutely. And if you ever, I think you can, with the StreamYard, you can do multiple people. So if you ever want me on again, if you have someone good enough, then I want to talk to them too.
I want to make sure it's someone you don't like, so you're like, oh, nah. So there's Iron Lion of Zion right there.
Well, in that case, just put OC on. Oh, hey, OC, what's going
on? And this has been the first episode. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope to do a lot more of these in the future.
All right.
So just add me on Instagram and have a good day.